What if getting help for addiction didn't mean you had to, well, blow up your whole life? Today, we're going to talk about a different way, a path to recovery that actually fits into your life instead of taking you out of it.
So, here's the big question, right? The one that feels like hitting a brick wall. How in the world do you rebuild your life if you have to tear it all down first? I mean, the world doesn't just stop. Your job is still there, your family needs you, all those responsibilities, they're not going anywhere. And that question, that feeling, man, it can make getting help feel completely out of reach.
And that right there, that's the recovery dilemma. It's this huge, awful choice. You know deep down that you need help, but the way it's usually presented, it feels like you have to give up everything you've worked for just to take that first step. It's a terrible catch-22.
And let's be real, that fear is 100% valid. Think about it. Inpatient care often means you have to figure out how to explain a long absence from work. It means missing out on those moments with your family you can never get back. It's a massive disruption to the very foundation of your life. And that fear, that single barrier, stops so many people from ever even picking up the phone.
Okay, but what if we looked at this a different way? What if the path to getting better wasn't about taking your life apart piece by piece, but instead it was about weaving that healing right into the life you already have? Well, there's actually a model of care designed to do exactly that.
And that's where outpatient treatment comes in. It's a game changer. Basically, it means you get all the professional medical support you need, but you get to go home at the end of the day. You can keep working, you can be there for your family, you get to sleep in your own bed. It's all about integrating recovery into your real world, not taking you out of it.
So when you look at it side by side, the difference is huge. On one side, you've got the traditional inpatient route. You live at a facility, you hit pause in your life, and everything gets turned upside down. But on the other side, you have outpatient care. You recover from home, you keep up with your daily life, and you weave that healing right in. And that's the key, right? You're building the skills you need to stay sober in the real world, not in some isolated bubble.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Let's take a look inside an organization that's built its entire approach around this very idea, RecoveryCNT.
Okay, so RecoveryCNT, that stands for the Center for Network Therapy, is a fully licensed outpatient treatment organization right in New Jersey. They've got centers in Middlesex, Freehold, and West Orange. And their whole mission is to offer a real, powerful alternative to those traditional inpatient programs, one that helps people heal without having to press pause on their entire lives. And they're set up to help with a whole range of substance use disorders. We're talking about alcohol, opioids, benzodiazepines, stimulants, prescription drugs, you name it. Their medical teams have the deep expertise to build a plan that's actually personalized for what you need.
Now, their approach isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Not at all. They see it as a journey, and they have different levels of care to match. It might start with outpatient detox, then move into what they call partial care programs, and then to intensive outpatient programs, or IOP. That just means you have more frequent sessions, but you're still living at home. The whole point is to meet you exactly where you're at and give you the right amount of support every step of the way.
And I really want to stress this. This is a serious medical process. It's not just talking. The whole thing is medically supervised. They can help you manage withdrawal safely right from the comfort of your own home. And they use proven, evidence-based treatments, things like buprenorphine, Suboxone, and clonidine, to help with cravings and make the process smoother. It's all led by their board-certified medical director, Dr. Indra Sadambi, so you know you're in incredible hands.
But it's more than just the medical side. Underneath all of that is a philosophy that's just deeply human. It's about seeing the person, not just the addiction. It's about creating a program that respects your unique story and your own personal path to getting well. And check this out. Here's a number that really says it all: 24. That is the absolute maximum number of patients in a group. So this is not some giant anonymous program. They call it a boutique-style model, which basically means you're not just going to be a face in the crowd. It means you get real, personalized attention. You make real connections, and the whole path is built just for you.
And you can really see the impact of this when you hear from people who've actually been through the program. The reviews online, they're constantly talking about how caring the staff is and how flexible the scheduling is. And that just proves it, right? This isn't just some idea on paper. It's a real lived experience that actually bends to fit the chaos of real life.
And that personalization, it goes even deeper. They get that a nurse trying to get sober faces totally different challenges than, say, a college student. A commercial driver's path is going to look different from a teacher's. So they have these tailored programs that get into the specific pressures and, the stigma that comes with each profession. So the support you get,
isn't just personalized, it feels like they truly understand. Look, recovery is almost never a solo mission. Addiction affects the whole family, right? But the good news is, so does healing. And that's exactly why RecoveryCNT makes family therapy a central part of their program. It's all about helping to mend those relationships and build a really strong, lasting support system right where you need it most, at home.
Okay, so if any of this is resonating with you, if this path feels like it might be the right one, what's the first step? Let's get into the practical side of things.
All right, the money question. It's always a big one, and they've worked hard to make care as accessible as possible. So they're in network with most of the big private insurance companies. You know, Aetna, Cigna, United Healthcare, folks like that. They also accept Medicaid, and there are self-pay options too. What this all means is that this really high-quality, personalized care is often way more cost-effective than a traditional inpatient program.
You know, taking that very first step, it's usually the hardest part. But it is also, without a doubt, the most courageous thing you can do. And it all starts with just one phone call. A single, completely confidential conversation. There is zero judgment here. What you'll find is a team of really compassionate people who just want to help you figure out a plan that actually works for your life.
So, if you or maybe someone you love is stuck in that recovery dilemma, that place where you want help so badly, but you're just terrified of what it'll cost your life, please just remember this. There is another way. There is a path where healing doesn't mean you have to leave everything and everyone behind. If you're ready to take that first step, all the information you need is right here.